Hi everybody. For my video, I originally wanted to do it where I spoke with my computer as a PowerPoint and videoed that, but I had to change my plans a little bit. As you can tell, I'm a little bit sick, so I had to change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just video my PowerPoint. So I hope you guys really get some great information out of this, and I hope you enjoy it. So mine was run-on sentences and comma splices. Basically what a run-on sentence is, it's when two or more independent clauses or a complete sentence are connected improperly. It's when you can actually make two complete sentences, but you decide to just put them together into one sentence. And so that's when the run-on sentence occurs. Basically, it's just saying that it runs on to each other when it could actually be stopped and then made into another sentence. So a run-on sentence and a comma splice are basically two peas in a pod. And so a run-on sentence, a comma splice is actually a type of a run-on sentence. So a lot of times people will put a sentence and then they'll use the comma when it doesn't really need to be there. It could be, changed with something else, say like a semicolon, a period, or, a conjunction. So some examples of run-on sentences that I have here is, I love to read books. I would read one every day if I had the time. It was wonderful weather on Sunday. We played in the pool. I am sick. I have to go to work today. Daniel went to the store. He bought milk and bread. My girls love to make cookies. Chocolate chip are their favorite. So right off the bat, if you look at these sentences, you can definitely tell that they're run-ons. It's basically two sentences in one sentence, two complete sentences that could be, cut either by a period or comma or some other way to make them two separate sentences, or make them one sentence by just adding, say a conjunction or a comma or something like that. So there's 4 typical ways that you could fix a run-on sentence. You can use a period, which you're gonna cut the sentence and make it into 2 sentences, and use a period to make those 2 complete sentences. You can use a comma in there and make sure that you put the comma in the right place and then it kind of turns into a comma splice. Or you can use a coordinating junction. Here's a couple of examples: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. A lot of people use these, like say, they use and a lot, but, so, and you'll still use the comma and then you'll use the junction. Or you can use a subordinating junction, which means one of those independent clauses is going to be a dependent clause, meaning it's not going to be a complete sentence. So you're going to normally use this at the beginning of the sentence, because it's a real popular one, and although, so you'll use it at the beginning of the sentence, and then you'll use your comma as well. So here I've put a couple of examples, and then I've gone ahead and fixed them. So on the first one, I used the period, which, I love to read books, period. I would read, as you can see, I made a little mistake right there on one and put on. I would read one every day if I had the time. By using a comma, you'll put Daniel went to the store, comma, he bought milk and bread. To use a conjunction, and I went ahead and used the conjunction. So it was wonderful weather on Sunday. We played in the pool. It was wonderful weather on Sunday, so we played in the pool. And I also forgot the comma right after the Sunday. You will use still a comma because that coordinating conjunction will use a comma right in front of it. The subordinating conjunction, although I am sick, comma, I have to go to work today. So these are just 4 of the different ways that you can go ahead and fix it. A comma splice is basically a grammatical error and a misuse of the comma. It occurs when 2 independent clauses are incorrectly used, combined using only the comma. So a comma splice is basically an example of a run-on sentence. That's why I say, they are kind of two peas in a pod. So examples of a comma splice. I went to Walmart, comma, Alicia was there. We can't wait to go to Colorado, comma, it will be snowing. The teacher got angry at the students, comma, they were being too loud. I love to go to the football game, comma, it is exciting. Ava took the baby's toy away, comma, that was mean. So, and again, right off the bat, you can kind of see where these don't really go together. When you read them really quickly, they seem to, but once you start looking at the way they're written, you can tell that they really don't. So there's 3 ways to fix the comma splice. So you can create 2 independent clauses and by using a period, that's how you would do that. So you would again make 2 separate complete sentences from that one sentence. Normally where that comma is, you'll place a period. You can change the comma to a semicolon, or you can leave the comma and you can add a conjunction. Again, something like but, and, so, things of that nature. So here's the examples. The teacher got angry at the students, period, they were being too loud. So that's using the period, and you're going to just put it right where the comma is, and you're going to make those 2 complete sentences, the independent clauses. Changing this, making a semicolon from a comma. We can't wait to go to Colorado, semicolon, it will be snowing. So it's kind of still the same sentence, and it's basically saying, that you can't wait to go to Colorado because it's going to be snowing, but you can't really use that comma there, and that semicolon kind of keeps it still that sentence. You can leave the comma and add the conjunction. I went to Walmart, comma, and Alicia was there. When you just have the comma without the and, the sentence really doesn't make too much sense, but once you put the and in, it makes complete sense. There are a couple of misconceptions. Most people, including myself, think that a run-on sentence is basically a sentence that's too long, has too many words, which that's the biggest misconception. It could be something really small, but it's still, if it's not placed correctly, if the words aren't placed correctly, that's when it becomes a run-on sentence. A dependent and independent clause cannot be in the same sentence. That is untrue, because once you make a dependent sentence, you can use that subordinating conjunction by putting like because or although in front of it. And although it is a dependent clause, you still have that other independent clause, which makes it a complete sentence. And there's only one way to fix a run-on sentence or a comma splice. Totally not true. You can definitely, fix it many different ways, as I've showed you in this video. So there's just so many different ways to fix it. I've actually learned a lot from this because I'm pretty bad at run-on sentences. I tend to ramble. So it kind of leads into my writing. And so from this PowerPoint, I've actually gotten a lot of information. So I hope you guys have too. Thank you guys for your time. Good luck on finals.